I've been trying to do this for 4 years and I just failed again. Failure, you could say, is a treasure of wisdom. I'm going to lay this brick of failure in such a way that it's going to help me climb towards my objective. I failed. A few weeks ago, I posted a video saying I want to love myself. And what I meant by that was to embrace all the feelings that come up and to essentially give the suppressed parts of myself the chance to rise to the surface and to integrate those by feeling them. And as I said in that video, I've been trying to do this for 4 years and trying and failing for 4 years. And I just failed again. So in the video, I said, I'm going to document this journey. I want to love myself and I'm going to document it, whether I succeed that time or not. So I want to share with you what happened. So I was doing the meditation, which, as I've said, is really an integral part of this process because it dissolves the resistance that is keeping these suppressed emotions from the past at bay. And I was doing the meditation and it got me. There is a part of me and a part of, I guess, everyone who is doing this that does not want me to change. There is a part of me that is protecting me from these feelings because in the past I avoided them, and therefore I was telling myself through my actions, these feelings are not safe. I was telling myself that because I didn't know any better at the time. And at the same time, now that I know consciously, intellectually, these feelings are safe, deep down at my core, I don't know that yet. And so there's still a part of me that is protecting me from these feelings. And so it's kind of a battle against myself. And I fell for the tricks of the intellect, the mind, which is trying to protect me. And I succumbed. I succumbed to the tricks of the mind, of my mind, that was not wanting to feel these feelings. And it wasn't saying, hey, don't feel these feelings, we should escape now, of course, because that's not how it happens. It does it very, very sneakily. And anyway, I don't need to go into detail about exactly what happened, but to make a long story short, I went back to old coping mechanisms, and which are designed to suppress these feelings and keep them at bay. They are like the absolute opposite of meditation. Any coping mechanism that we've adopted that essentially injects dopamine into our system, it's like the opposite of meditation. It is meditation is like the antithesis of distraction. It is focusing on what's within. And so I went back to old coping mechanisms, and I failed, you could say. Well, I did fail because that was my objective, and I failed on my objective. And at the same time, it is not about succeeding every time you try. It's not. And at the same time, this failure can be viewed in multiple ways. I could beat myself up and be like, oh, why did you not do this or whatever, and beat myself up for not achieving the objective that I wanted, which is one perspective, one way of looking at the situation. Or I could look at it in a more empowered perspective, which is what I'm choosing to do. Why? Because it's the most helpful thing. Beating myself up for making a mistake and for failing is not going to help me at all. So, and I'm not saying that I didn't experience any feelings of like, oh, for fuck's sake, I didn't beat myself up at all. I'm not saying that automatically I failed and then I was like, I have an empowered attitude no matter what. I'm choosing not to stay there. So I failed. And what is the best thing for me to do right now is to learn from this failure, because failure it's a negative sounding word, but really failure is not as negative as it sounds, because failure, you could say, is a treasure of wisdom if you treat it accordingly. I think most of us see failure as the opposite of success, understandably so. But what if success is not the opposite of success? What if failure is not the opposite of success, but failure is actually the building block of success? And that, let's say, success is like a staircase made of bricks, and every brick is a failure. And the successful man or woman is not the one who didn't experience failure, but is the one who decided to organize their failures in such a way that they would construct their own success staircase. So that's what I'm going to choose to do, is I'm going to lay this brick of failure in such a way that it's going to help me climb towards my objective. Because the reality is, in every failure, there is something to learn. And a lot of the times we throw away that learning, we throw away that lesson, because we're too consumed by self-deprecation and our disappointment that we didn't meet our objective. And so we're in this fog of negativity and like, oh, this should not have happened, I should not have done this, blah, blah, blah. And then we kind of throw away the brick and we're like, fuck this brick, fucking piece of shit brick. Meanwhile, the person who ends up becoming successful is the one who says, okay, this brick sucks. Okay, it sucks that this happened. It doesn't feel good in the moment. Now let's move forward. Okay, let's lay this brick, and I'm going to place it here very carefully. I'm gonna assess it, and then I'm gonna place it here very carefully, such that it becomes the foundation for my success. So what did I learn? I learned that I actually wrote some things down. So let's see. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so number one was I was not very present throughout the day. I was doing my meditation, and then I felt quite agitated. My nervous system felt quite agitated, which makes sense because these feelings were coming up. And I noticed I was reaching for my phone a lot throughout the day, like it was fucking clear addiction. And I was not present. I was not very present throughout the day. And so that's a mistake, because I kind of had the illusion of I'm doing the work because I'm doing my meditation in the morning. At the same time, because I'm doing my meditation, and at the same time, it's not just about doing your formal meditation practice. It's about being mindful, about being present in the moment throughout the day. Because if you're doing your meditation in the morning, let's say, and then the entire day you're just consumed and lost in the content of your thoughts, then kind of what's the point? You know, like it is serving a function, but it's kind of like you work out in the mornings, and then in the throughout the rest of the day you're smoking cigarettes and eating McDonald's. It's like, okay, well, the workout is helpful, and at the same time it would be really great to complement that workout with a healthy lifestyle, because ultimately you want to be healthy. It's not just about working out. So mistake number one was that I was not that mindful throughout the day, and I was really using my phone as an addiction. So what I've done now is I have reconfigured my phone. Before I could check the apps and stuff, and now I've made it a little bit. I've made it very different, so it's not as enticing. And I'm thinking of something to do about the social media apps, because they were particularly addictive for me, the scrolling and stuff. So I'm going to see what I'm going to do about that. I really want to restrict access to that throughout the day, because I noticed that being not mindful, what basically scrolling is just the gateway to more what's the opposite of mindfulness? Absent-mindedness? I don't know. It's a gateway to further being lost in the content of my thought, and it escalates, and that's what happened. And it escalated to such a point that I essentially decided to be like, okay, fuck this. I'm escaping now. I'm no longer connecting. I'm escaping. And it doesn't go from 0 to 100 in 1 second. It escalates. And so my mistake was not being mindful enough to observe the escalation, to the point where that part of me, the part of my mind that really wants to keep things the same and does not want to feel these feelings, I let it win, essentially. I let it win. So mistake number 1 was not being mindful enough throughout the day. And the lesson that I learned, the lessons that I've learned is restrict access to social media and scrolling, because I noticed that is a catalyst for further dissociation, I suppose you could call it. Second lesson is look out for the signs that a part of me wants to escape the feeling. And for me, it was the agitation. It was the fact that I was unlocking my phone way more than usual. And it was just obvious. And I noticed it and I didn't stop it. So lesson number 2 is look out for the signs of escalation of me trying to escape the present moment, and then stop it in its tracks. So, now I've started my meditation again, and this is going to happen again, is I'm going to start feeling agitated again, maybe in a few days. And then when I notice that, I'm going to notice it, and I'm going to be like, okay, it's escalating. Phone goes away, time to connect. Because if I am trying to do something and escape the moment, then that means that there is something important inside that a part of me does not want to feel, which means it's the most important thing for me to feel. So next time I see that, notice it. Okay, I'm agitated. I'm trying to escape the moment. Distraction goes away. If I can, take some time. If I'm not in the middle of something I can't avoid, take some time, connect with myself. Because that's really like the only thing that's going to stop the distraction. It's not less distraction, it's connection, because that's exactly what I need in that moment. Oh yeah, another thing that I learned was it got to a certain level of discomfort where I kind of started having a bit of a bad attitude towards towards me and my life, towards life, essentially. And I kind of started resenting life a little bit and feeling like this is not fair. It's not fair that this is happening, and that it feels so uncomfortable. And so I kind of started being like, oh, I'm not up to the challenge. Like, fuck this. It shouldn't be this hard. And so the lesson is, do not change your attitude no matter the challenge. It's not up to me to choose the level of challenge. It's up to life to choose it for me. So if uncomfortable feelings are coming up, it's because uncomfortable feelings are coming up, need to come up, and are there to be felt. It's not up to me to say, oh no, I don't want this level of discomfort now. It's up to me to trust life that whatever is coming up is good for me, and it must come up, and that it's just up to me to trust life and be the vessel through which these feelings can be released. So lesson number 3 is, do not change your attitude no matter the challenge, because this challenge is being given by life. And it's up to me to trust life that this challenge, first of all, is good for me, that even though it's difficult, it's good for me. And secondly, that life has my interest at heart. Yeah, another thing that I realized, another mistake that I made was I was not really conditioning my mind to in a way that would support me in this challenge. So currently, my mental programming goes very much against what I'm trying to do. So I have not had a good relationship with my feelings and my emotions at all. I've escaped a lot of my uncomfortable emotions, and so that means my mental programming currently is goes against what I'm trying to do, i.e., feeling them. So if I'm not doing anything to proactively make a change in this mental programming, I can just assume that it's going to stay the same, because on top of it, the mental programming, one of its central functions is to keep itself the same. So if I'm not doing anything to change it, it's just going to stay the same, which means it's going to stay as going against exactly what I want to do. So lesson number 4, I believe it's 4 now, is regularly throughout the day condition my mind in a way that supports me in this challenge. Yeah, so that's it, guys. This is what I've learned through this failure. I mean, technically it's a failure, of course, but I mean failure because it sounds like just a negative thing, and it's not. It is a negative thing on the one hand because I didn't achieve what I wanted to achieve, and I am disappointed, especially back in the moment. And at the same time, I've extracted some wisdom here. So I've learned some things that I feel will help me next time. Doesn't necessarily mean that next time will be a success, but if it's not, then it will just be another brick on the staircase that will be my success. So thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, comments, anything like that, let me know in the comment section. If you like this video, then like the video. I'm kind of stumbling on my words because I'm new to doing this. Like the video and subscribe. Yeah, and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. And you can expect more content like this if you want to follow this journey. I'm going to be I'm going to be documenting it like I have been. So yeah, you can also check the playlist on my channel. It's called Inner Work, where I'm documenting this journey. Thanks, guys.